What's going on, everybody? I'm doing another reaction about gym culture and how girls dress at the gym. Alright, let's go.
Everywhere you look nowadays, you're being told that men are the problem and that men need to be taught to control themselves. However, is that really what's going on here, or are we being fed a bunch of lies?
I talk about politics and how terrible my dating life is on TikTok. We just need to teach men to not sexualize women.
Or stop dressing like sluts like this woman over here. Yeah, stop dressing like you're going to the beach or you're dressing up for the streets. That's probably why men look at you. You know, as men, we're visual, right? So you can't blame us for looking at you in a certain way if you're dressing like that.
I talk about politics.
Stop sexualizing women who are just doing their job.
But overall, they're very flattering. They're kind of long, so I definitely have to kind of roll them up, you know what I'm saying? Roll them up, you know what I'm saying?
Wearing lipstick, wearing heels, which
They're actually dressing like strippers now at the gym, right? And it's all for what? All for attention, right? We know that girls want attention because it validates them. And when a guy looks at them at the gym, now they're called creeps. Men are called creeps because of this. And a lot of men's lives has been destroyed by this because of this new gym culture that we have.
change your physicality. They were designed to make women look sexier.
Where I was and stare at me. Not only stare at me, but
Deliberately making any point he could to stare at my ass, stare at my ass, stare at my ass.
But I got a weird vibe, so I looked back again. Of course, he's looking at me. So yeah, ew, gross. Men are disgusting.
They're gonna look like, don't get upset at that. There's a point where it is distracting. Some of these clothes, as you see these shorts, there's like nothing to them.
Absolutely. Look, there's nothing to it. They're dressed so provocatively in a sexy way. They want you to look. That's why they dress like that. Now, if you look at these other countries like Japan or some of these Asian countries, even Muslim countries, right, and what they wear to the gym, it is so modest what they wear. Especially in Japan, I saw a video clip of them at the gym, and the women there are wearing baggy track pants, baggy t-shirts. You know, it's all modest, and they're just working out. Because why would you work out in such tight things like this that are going up your crack? You know, men are gonna look for sure.
And like, they're right up in these girls' asses. And I'm like, oh like, this ain't a strip club.
You can't go to the gym like this girl is and say, oh my gosh, people are
kidding.
staring at me.
Is there a sporting?
What was that? What is that? What are you working out here? What is that? Are you trying to grow muscles on your pelvis? What are you doing? What? Chat, can you let me know, what is she doing?
Oh my gosh, people are staring at me.
Is there a sporting reason in any way to carry on wearing bikini bottoms and small tops?
Welcome guys to today's hell of gym girls wanting to be victims so badly that they will go to gyms as naked as possible
Yeah.
to then complain that men are staring at them
Yeah.
and that they are now victims of harassment.
Again today, what is going on with these men? Doing hip thrust, I see him staring through the mirror.
Give me a break. These girls know exactly what they are doing, and they're doing this on purpose by using every inch of their body.
They know exactly what they are doing. Before they leave their house, they already have an agenda. You know, no, they're looking in the mirror with their short shorts, tight as, you know, and hardly wearing anything. And now they come into the gym, and as soon as a man looks, they will go on TikTok and shame them. Good thing we have someone like Joey Swole to call them out.
To their advantage.
Sometimes I think girls do want, like when I was single, I did want sometimes people to come up to me, but there was definitely some people I'm like, please don't talk to me, which is kind of mean, but.
So let's dive straight in like a pair of gym girl shorts and expose this ridiculous culture of pretending to be victims while telling us that women dress like this purely for comfort and not to be stared at. So our first example is this girl. She walks into frame dressed in tight leggings and a baggy sweater. Now the sweater is sort of covering her booty, and since it's a sweater, the top is covered as well, making her overall look pretty standard and not too sexual.
Now that's pretty cool, right? You know? That's good. I like that.
Now watch what happens when she spots a Giga Chat that she wants to seduce. Oh, who do we have here? It's a completely new person. Tits out, belly out, ass out. It's like a going out of business sale. Everything must go.
And if it was someone else that she didn't like, the top will still be on. So what does that tell you? Right? Are you there to work out? Or are you there to pick up? Are you there to get attention? Just walking contradictions, man.
This girl is literally performing a mating ritual, and still women dare to claim that there is nothing sexual about dressing this way. It is complete hypocrisy. But wait, it gets even better. Because after just casually parading her ass around, she now goes up to him, showing us why women have absolutely zero game. Denied.
Let's reverse that. Now, if it was a guy that walked up to a girl, he will get shamed, embarrassed, maybe even yelled at, you know. It'll just be so, she'll be so pissed off. Like, this guy was just nice to her, saying, look, I'm just working out. But if, if the roles were reversed and he walked up to her, if she didn't like him, she'll probably talk to him. But if she didn't, well, you know what's going to happen there.
Please drop a like on the video if you think that these women are deliberately trying to get noticed by men to then complain about it. And comment down below what you think. It's just so pathetic that women really only have this one trick, which is, hey, look at my body. And since it works on most guys, they really have no clue on what to do when the Chad is not interested. This clip really sums up why so many women can easily get bedroom fun, but not commitment from men.
Hi guys, there's something that I've struggled with that I think a lot of you are probably struggling with too. And it's hooking up with people and then feeling really upset when they don't call you.
Meanwhile, you've got all of these women out here on social media complaining about men staring at them in the gym, calling every guy that looks in their direction a creep.
Look at that. Oh no, that's Joey Swole. 7.7 million. Oh yeah, that's cool. 10 million. This one, 2,000. Gym creep story time. Look at that. Gym creep story time. Like, this is a thing now, right? They don't care about the man's feelings. They don't care if he has a family. And it's probably half the time, or even most of the time, that's not even the case if they're staring. And who's going to stare at you anyway? I mean, you're too.
Pretending that they do not dress this way for male validation or the male gaze, when that is clearly a big fat lie.
I know there's gonna be this guy in there with these big juicy muscles. He will stare at me, he looks at me, but he won't talk to me. I know he's like a really quiet personality or whatever, but it still just pisses me off.
Oh look, a hot guy. Let me just casually bend over here so he can notice me and come over and talk to me.
Even if I didn't have this makeup on, I would still go home and put some makeup on to go to the gym.
No, you won't. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. What the hell? She's got 5 layers of paint on her face and she's going to the gym. Why would you wear makeup to the gym? You're there to work out. You have to sweat. You're going to sweat and ruin all that makeup. But are you working out? Huh? Are you working out? Man, this is... Come on.
This makeup on, I would still go home and put some makeup on to go to the gym.
But let's go ahead and do the damn thing with this, shall we? Do you see how that material literally made its way in by itself?
Now, women know that men are very visual creatures, not because we are creepy, but simply because that is how our brains are wired. When women wear tight or revealing clothing, it triggers the hypothalamus in our brains to release hormones that will not only make men more agreeable and desire bedroom fun, but those same hormones actually reduce your ability to think logically or practice restraint. Which is why only fangirls
Pretty
make
much like getting drunk.
$100,000 a month.
So you said you make $70,000 a month. How much do you make?
Between $30,000 and $100,000 a month.
My best month this year on OnlyFans was about 210,000. They're at about 1.8 million for the year.
This is not some freak accident, this is basic biology.
Yeah.
So this whole song and dance of not dressing for male validation or to be stared at is complete nonsense, which is debunked by women themselves by posting all over social media how they are no longer dressing for the male gaze.
Hold on, let's analyze this. When I was dressing for the male gaze and validation, there you go. Let's talk about the male gaze. There you go. 46,000, 238,000 views. Excuse me. Man, come on, bro.
Social media how they are no longer dressing for the male gaze.
I stopped dressing for the male gaze. When we applied this to fashion, tight garments, mini dresses, lots of skin and typically feminine outfits, I stopped wearing push-up bras.
Ah, the bravery. Please someone give her a Medal of Honor. I mean, the level of self-righteous, inconsistent bull here is just off the charts.
Yeah, I'll agree. Self-righteousness, narcissism, arrogance, and all that. You know, attention has got them stuffed up, and social media doesn't help, man, with all these females, right? Social media has really made them arrogant in such a way that it's not funny. Now they think that they are the prize with all these likes and all these swipes that they get on these dating apps and all this attention that they get on Instagram and TikTok as well. They think that they are God's gift to the world. Actually, I was going to say to men, but I'm going to say they think they're God's gift to the world.
Since if women were truly dressing for themselves and for personal comfort, then why the hell are all these I stopped dressing for male gaze videos popping up? It's because male validation and male attention is the lifeblood of most women today, and especially these gym girls.
Absolutely, and this is just terrible.
It is exactly the reason why Instagram pages look like this, and most TikToks look like this. They even give you.
And to all the young men out there, man, if you got a girlfriend who's like this and have you know, Instagram pics like this, just be aware, man. Just take that as a red flag. You know, maybe you should just let her know, hey, put it on private or delete it. But because you're with me now, no, I don't want other men seeing you like that. And if she ain't with it, yo, get it, leave. She's for the streets, man. If she's not with it, she's not gonna respect you. But they want the respect from men. Nah, man, it doesn't work that way. It goes both ways. So yeah, just leave, man, if she doesn't want to do that.
And most TikToks look like this. They even give each other tips on how to get noticed in the gym.
My first tip is to wear bright colors. Make it possible for him to glance in your direction. You're gonna look.
Yeah, no you're gonna look. This gym girl is basically wearing neon painted underwear out in public.
And I bet any money that she has put him on blast on TikTok. I'll give you a bet that she labeled him a creep on TikTok. Man, I will bet anything on that.
And now she's trying to shame this dude for simply looking at her. It is absolutely pathetic. But the hypocrisy doesn't stop here, because she wants us to believe that this girl right here, does not want you to stare at her body. Especially don't stare at her ass. This girl, are you kidding me? But brace yourself, because this is only the tippy top of the massive hypocrisy iceberg, since it gets much worse. Just take a look at this little genius right here, where this gym girl made a whole scene about this guy simply asking her if she was done using the machine. She tried very hard to make him look like a creep when he was simply following basic gym etiquette. Now obviously this woman felt so threatened by this guy's question because she's just a shy, virtuous, delicate little flower who's not yet been exposed to the evil ways of men. Now after browsing social media for a couple seconds and getting absolutely blasted with ass, tits and veg, it's always fun to see a hardcore feminist still cling to the belief that somehow this is society's fault, and especially men.
But I think women have been objectified for so long that it's almost part of the cultural fabric of our society.
We fundamentally sexualize women and girls.
Well, hold on there, feminazis. What is this constant we because we aren't doing anything.
Yeah.
You, women, are constantly sexualizing yourselves.
That's right.
YouTube is full of like this with,
and it's been like that for a long time. They've been sexualizing themselves, making them look this way for attention. And who do they blame when they get negative comments and they get feedback? They blame the men. It's the man's fault, right? And it's always been like that. Okay, now I'm not saying that all men are innocent, but I'm not saying that all men are. I mean, but what I'm saying is that most men are not like creeps. We aren't creeps. But if you're gonna dress like that, if you're gonna dress like a hoe, walk like a hoe, talk like a hoe, then 9 times out of 10, we are gonna think that you're a hoe, and that you're up for grabs.
lingerie hauls, sailing trips, deep sea fishing, yeah, right. And the list just goes on and on and on, where women are sexualizing every activity you can imagine.
To my mouth, I can taste the inside of it. That reminds me of the smell of the...
To then turn around and blame the whole thing on men for staring.
I was banned because of that. This was at an Anytime Fitness, and I was not a regular at this particular gym. But I was there, and while I was working out, I noticed this man that seemed like he was staring at me. He was staring at me. And I don't like to make assumptions right off the hop. That's when I decided to go up to him to say something because I'm genuinely uncomfortable. I'm genuinely uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm sure you are uncomfortable, posing like that, dressing like that. Yeah, I'm sure you are. And I think you just came on whatever social media platform you came on to complain about it, saying that you were genuinely uncomfortable. Was he ugly? Is that why you walked up to him? Were you angry because he wasn't a Chad, that he wasn't 6 feet, that he wasn't, good looking, that he didn't have a six pack? Is that why you were angry? Huh? When the wrong men look at you, you start feeling a certain way, and now you're angry, and now you come onto TikTok and talk shit?
And viewing them as pieces of meat.
Your biggest insecurity might actually be the sexiest thing to somebody online, so embrace it, don't hide it. And to be honest, at my heaviest, I made the most money on my fan subscription page, so that pretty much speaks for itself.
Geez, I wonder why that is. Now, I already talked about women sexualizing themselves in 2 other videos on the channel, so you should definitely check those out as well. I'll link them down below. But in this video, I want to hone in more on the ridiculousness of complaining about being objectified when you go to the gym dressed as a clown. Take this gym girl for instance. Another self-righteous idiot complaining about stares and objectification, but when you do just a tiny bit of digging, you find her actual OnlyFans account, which is also completely free.
So those girls that complain, right, and put men on blast on TikTok and start complaining about how men are just looking at them, then you go do a little bit of digging, and then you find they have all these nude photos on Instagram, and they have OF, lonely fans accounts. These, it's just a contradiction, right? Why are they complaining when they have all the stuff going on behind the scenes? Just contradictions, man. I've said it before, women are just walking contradictions, right?
So this girl's actively inviting men to come and stare at her body for free, but don't you dare do this when she's standing half naked in front of you, because then she will absolutely lose her mind. Now, I've purposely blocked her name here because if this video does well, it might be sending tens of thousands of new subscribers her way, since I know some of you guys will be weak, and that's exactly what I'm trying to avoid. So stay strong guys, it's for your own good. But what this clearly shows is how every gym girl is now hopping on this victim mentality trend just to farm some sympathy views and likes so they can sell their crappy gym merch, diet plans, workout consultations and other crap, since 99% of the time when they make these sad little victim stories, it goes hypersonic on TikTok and the creator usually gets 10x or even 50x the normal views. Here's another one pretending to be stared at by a gym creep.
Forward more. A gym creep is here. He's watching me. I told management about him. They didn't do anything, but he'll follow me around. Literally go somewhere to do an exercise and then he'll just do an exercise right next to.
Well, dude,
I can't even see him looking at you. Is he looking at you? What, this guy? He's not even staring at you. Now, I guarantee if it was a guy that she actually liked, you know, someone that was attractive for her, she wouldn't be saying this crap. She wouldn't be saying this crap. Another contradiction.
Things first here. One, we don't even know if there's actually a creep there, since in a lot of these gym girl videos, when they actually do show the creep, it's just a guy walking by, turning his head and moving on, or a guy from all the way across the gym looking in the general direction. But more importantly, this is what this girl's actually doing when she's at the gym supposedly working out. So yeah, if people are staring at you, it's because you're acting like a complete clown, trying to draw in as much attention as possible. But this basic level of self-reflection is completely lost on these women.
I agree. I think that they're both bad, but I think that what we have to focus on is what are the current consequences of that objectification.
And feminists try so hard to bring the focus back to men and blame men for this whole disaster, completely absolving women from any form of accountability. Women love to run to this victim culture, trying to have their cake and eat it too, desperately ignoring basic facts.
Is there a sporting reason in any way to carry on wearing bikini bottoms and small tops?
Yeah.
I have not been given a good reason.
No, not
Man, I've been to the supermarket and to the mall and stuff, and I see women dressed like that all the time, man. I saw one dressed like that, and she was pushing a pram with a baby in it. I was like, what the hell? Man, is this the norm now? I mean, is seeking attention, is that the norm now? For especially for women, and now single mothers are dressed like that. Oh, okay.
Really, so I'm looking forward to hear a good reason.
This woman right here, for instance, is fighting against sexist dress codes because she finds that heels and makeup are just used to make women sexier for men.
From smart to glamorous, blurring that line slightly, and then from glamorous to sexy. You know, that's the kind of worry, isn't it, that it becomes sexist.
If I was told, we want you to look sexy and attractive and fit the stereotype of a female as we see it, as we've seen it since the 1950s.
And that's what women are worried is the message that is being sent when they are...
Well, if that is the case, then what the hell would you call this? How can you actually claim that heels and makeup are just about turning women into sexual objects, but tiny shorts and tiny bras are perfectly acceptable?
Yeah.
Now, the point of this video is not to call out these vicious harpies for falsely calling guys creeps that were not even staring at them. Joey Swole is doing a great job at that already.
So if you're like me, you watch this video wondering, is there more? Did he say something to you? Did he do something inappropriate? Because walking past somebody to go to the station you're working out at and briefly glancing at them for less than a second does not make somebody a creep.
But my point here is,
man, you gotta give it up for Joey Swole, man. If we didn't have someone like Joey Swole to call all these women out, it'd probably get worse, you know? If someone like Joey Swole didn't appear on the internet, yeah, I believe it will get so much worse. A lot of women will be doing it. So yeah, no, I'll take my hat off to Joey Swole, man. Keep up the good work, brother.
that staring is not only normal, but that it's actively being provoked by these same women who complain about it, just so they can make content and feel special. You simply cannot defend this nonsense without being a massive lying hypocrite. This was why gym girl victim culture is trash. Please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos.
Alright, we're gonna leave it there. And just like what the video says, please like and subscribe to me. It helps with the algorithm. I appreciate it. And yeah, you know, in this day and age, especially with the modern women, the way they dress at the gym, it's not even like at the gym, the way they dress out in public. Like I said before, I've seen them at supermarkets, I've seen them at the mall, dressed like that, you know, and they wonder why men are objectifying them. Well, don't dress like a slut. Simple as that. But anyway, thank you for watching my content. Please like and subscribe again, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.